Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Trading Brains. I'm your host, Evan Greif, here with my co-host, Angelo Messina. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic we like to cover a lot, Destiny 2. And again, it's going to be a recurring topic for us because Angelo and I have been playing this game since Destiny 1 came out, since the beta, right? In 2015,
Oh my
I
god.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it that long?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
that long. It's like 7 years now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now there's a new DLC is coming out, the Witch Queen. I know
Mhm.
it had been announced before, but now like some Bungie on TWAB, right? TWAB, how do you want to pronounce it?
Yeah, the
Um,
acronym is just TWAB. It stands
TWAB.
for This Week at Bungie. So every week they'll, or usually every week they'll put out an update for the community.
So like now, and we just want to talk about it just a little bit on the new updates that's happening this week, but also not because like on a recurrent thing. It's just like it's important stuff that's coming out for Witch Queen.
Mhm.
One, talk
Well, let's
about
talk about
the
what Witch
cap.
Queen is
Oh
for people who don't know Destiny, right?
yeah, sort of go on.
Oh yeah, yeah. So for people who don't know Destiny, like it's online MMO kind of FPS game, kind of like Call of Duty and Halo and all those games, but at the same time, it's more of a looter shooter, kind of like Borderlands. And then every year and every quarter, generally, they'll come out with new content for users to purchase and then download and then consume. So the way Destiny works is like usually every year they will come out with a large expansion and then have 4 seasons per year. And this large season is going to be coming out February 22nd. Sorry, this large expansion, right? Not season. And it's called the Witch Queen, which is referring to a character in the Destiny universe. That's the Witch Queen. Okay. So with Witch Queen, we also have a bunch of different updates, and uh, like their abilities are going to be changed. There's certain items that are no longer going to be available, and we just want to kind of talk about these updates for the people who kind of know what Destiny is already. And if you want to get a feel for like what the game is like, by all means, please listen to our older episodes where we talk about the Destiny story and also how we got into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Angela, do you want to start covering the updates for
Yeah.
this week?
So
Yeah.
one of the updates that like I kind of like popped. I think the main one is yet again they upgraded the caps, the energy caps. So like now your soft or not power gap or how you say like your starting off cap is 1350 floor cap. There it is. And so everything that you have working so hard to get to 1330 of this season, of the last season, going into it, it's all wash. Like everything's just going to be converted into 1350. So, which is fine because that's how Destiny is. Destiny is the big grind. It's very patient and rewards you if you put in the time, but you need to put in the time.
I think it's like, of course, I was looking at Twitter and I saw a lot of people arguing about why this is bad or why this is good, whatever. Like, I think it's nothing new. Destiny has done this in
Yeah.
the previous expansions as well, right? I think overall it's a good thing because
Mm-hmm.
if they didn't do that, where let's say, um, you're already at powerful cap at 1330 and you just need a little bit more to go. For those people who didn't really play a lot this season or last season or even this whole year, like it's going to be really hard for them to catch up if they want to pick Destiny back up again and start playing again.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody is just flat at 1350 no matter what, like all of your items, which is a good thing to have the floor at.
Yeah. And like that's like another thing is like about that is like plus you can start playing the new content a little bit easier because everyone's on it, and especially when you play PvP like multiplayer in the sense of Crucible and you do team deathmatch, Crucible, Control, and if there's like base stuff, like you can compete on skills alone,
Mhm.
or if you have the right guns. Um, and then now with the soft cap coming out to into 1500. So like 1500, I don't know if that's the biggest gap in between from the floor to the soft cap,
That we've had so far, you
right?
mean?
Yeah. Or has that been a little bit longer or smaller
I
or
mean,
larger?
to be honest, I don't remember. I remember D1, like Destiny 1, you could get to 350. And I remember
Yeah.
the soft cap being like 150. But at the same
Yeah.
time,
Well,
like the way the powerfuls work back then was different too.
a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like right, or it probably could be the same because I think we started at for season 1 of Destiny 2. I think it was like 1100, or
Hmm.
I could be wrong by a couple of seasons, and then it was kept on going up.
I think
But
1100 was once Beyond Light came out.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So now after that, now the soft cap is 1500. Then you have the power cap, which is 1550, and then plus the hard cap, which is a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
With your
So
artifact, of course.
yeah.
I bet
We
you want to go in a little bit more in depth about that. Explain
yeah.
between.
I definitely want to talk about like how you get between, like what do they even mean, and like how you get between each cap.
Mhm.
So floor, as we covered, 1350. Base, everything, all of your items, when you log in to Witch Queen, it's going to be 1350. Soft cap 1500 means anything that drops in the game is going to be higher power level than whatever you have equipped on all your characters and your postmaster and all that stuff. And so you'll just get soft cap drops, and by playing the game, you get blue drops, purple drops, all kinds of stuff. And then when you hit 1500, those general drops that happen in the world stop being automatically higher power. And from 1500 to 1550, you need to do specific activities that say powerful gear drops, or it'll say that you can drop those gears. And then also after that, you will have pinnacle gear drops to get to the hard cap. So at 1550, once you've gotten all your powerfuls, then pinnacles will be the only way to get higher power, and pinnacles will only drop as +1 power over what your current power level is. So it takes a little bit longer, you might think, but I mean, all in all, if you're at the soft cap and then you're dropping pinnacles each week, you'll get +5 for the pinnacle. So if you're 1500, you'll get a 1505, drop another pinnacle, 1505, whatever, and then you go up to 1510, whatever. It isn't always the same because
Adds up.
pinnacle, like non-pinnacles, will give you +1, 2, 3, 4. But uh, when you get to hard cap and you're going from 1550 to 1560, it's only +1 power. So the amount of time it takes, I feel like it'll be relatively the same, like to get from soft to power and then power to hard. But that's generally like how it's gonna work in
Yeah,
Witch
because
Queen.
like normally how the game works, like with Destiny 2, and they do a really good job at it too. From the floor to the soft cap, by the time you are done with the campaign, you might have to do some nightfalls or nightfalls, the trikes,
Mm,
the playlist. You will
yeah.
get to generate 1500, and especially with the bounties being so available, like you could level up and get more stuff to increase the chances. I know some people with Iron Banner, they just kind of wait for Iron Banner to come and then just go and just start doing that constantly for the week or two, the week that is on. Then you have trials and going from there.
Mm,
But like that's like a good tactic, but it's going back into the grind. So buckle up. It's gonna be the same kind of grind like always. You have to like the game is fun, and especially when you have a group of people, you can start doing so much more activities together. You could do the campaign, talk about it because the storyline is fantastic,
mm.
and this is carry on from not Forsaken.
Beyond Light.
What was Beyond Light, and kind of continuing. No, Wish Clean. It's Savintune. So it's continuing
Yeah.
that
I think it was
that story.
Forsaken, and then Shadowkeep, and then Beyond
Yeah,
Light, and then
yeah,
we had a bunch of seasons.
yeah.
The seasons are
Season
like mini
Chosen.
DLCs, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Season of the Lost, Chosen, and then I think
Splicer.
the Lost. Yeah,
Yeah.
Splicer,
Lost is the
Splicer.
one we're in right now.
Yeah, Chosen, Splicer, Lost. And all that stuff, like kind of leading up to Witch Queen. So they do a fantastic job at their story writing, or storytelling, how you want to go with that. So like another thing that I kind of really want to talk about is the Engrams. Like talking about like after you reach the soft cut, like you don't have to worry about the blue Engrams anymore. And the blue Engrams is basically like blue armor, like floor drops, like easy drops that you could get from your enemies local when you pick up a chest, and just clutter your room. So I know some people, cough cough Evan, would like to do inventory manager and be like, okay, let's go start playing. Hold on, let me inventory management, and it took about an hour. So it's just me just doing random stuff, waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the benefits. I'll give you that, Evan. There is the benefits, but sometimes like if you just want to start playing,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of you
Well,
waiting.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It could actually be worse because I generally inventory manage when we're not playing so that I don't have to do it while we're playing. If that makes
Mm,
sense, right? Because I know
okay.
you guys don't want me to be doing it while we're playing.
Hmm.
But at the same time, like sometimes I just don't have the time to do it, so I end up doing it while we play. Yeah.
Yeah. But so like that's like it will free up the time
This
for
will
people
help.
who,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's nice because like you still do need blues to get from the soft cap sorry, to get from the floor to the soft cap, but then once you're after past 1500 power level, you'll only get an increased chance at receiving legendary rewards, so like weapons or armor, or a
Or
small amount of
shards.
legendary shards, right? Which is really, really great. You'll still get blue weapons and armors from chests and enemies, but at the very least, if you're doing Gambit or Crucible or Vanguard strikes,
Strikes.
yeah, you won't get any blues there. And it's nice to have a chance at legendary rewards because maybe you could get a nice roll on a weapon.
Mhm. And the rolls are it helps the gun to be a so much better OP, especially if you like doing Crucible, Team Deathmatch, Control,
Hmm.
Iron Banner as well,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Trials.
Or
I
even,
know a lot of
yeah,
people do like
elimination
Trials.
trials
Hmm.
for sure.
So I feel like with that, it's like kind of understanding with that, and kind of like your style of play too, because I know some people want to get in more to in depth with it, like it's style play. If you're a hunter, there's a different style of play, and there's so many different kind of builds, and you can interact with that as well. So I
Yeah.
know there's gonna be more mods, which also with the vendors that they sell mod components to enhance your guns, now increased to 2 to 4, which is nice because you could catch up on from the last season that you couldn't find or you couldn't get because some were more rares than others.
Yeah.
But now they're changing up the currency, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will complain about that, but it's like money. They have different kind of currency like Glimmer, which is like normal, like their dollar bill or yen. Um, legendary shards. Sorry,
Bless you.
legendary shards. Thank you. Um, Ascendant shards, bright dust. There's so many different kind of currency that they have, and you
Hmm.
think like, oh, this is so much easy. No, not really. I feel like a lot of thought have been put into it, and I feel like it's hard to manage like what would count more than others, or what you should be farming for, and what is the best way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's generally why we have like even content creators will come out with videos of like, hey, here's what you need
Mhm.
come Witch Queen, or here's like what you want to farm or like have enough materials for when Witch Queen drops, so you can be ready for a bunch of different weapons and armor and new content, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
For the mods, it's really really good that they're changing it from 2 to 4 per day because all of the mods that are out this season and for Season of the Chosen and this whole year of mods are no longer going to be available where you can buy them now at like the Wayfinder's Compass or the Splicer Servitor or the War Table. Now you'll have to get them from 801 or Banshee 44, but again, it's going to be 4 a day instead of 2, which is really really good. Um, it'll be more, you'll have a higher chance of seeing the mod you want.
Yeah.
Plus, you won't need mod components, so you don't have to worry about being out of not having enough of the currency. Um, Now, if you don't have Glimmer,
Now,
it's a problem. But Glimmer is actually pretty easy to come by in the game, and you can use Rainmakers and all kinds of ways to get
yeah,
Glimmer.
there's a little
Yeah.
items that you can enhance or increase. So kind of like if people who play Warzone, those weapon XP boosters that you get for like 15, 30 minutes, and
Mm,
that will increase. Same thing with Glimmer and other
yeah,
currencies. You can do that as well.
for sure.
So just keep the lookout on these updates or the TWABs that they come out every week from Bungie. Destiny 2, if you do want to play, we do have a clan that we do play.
We do.
More in the merrier. If you guys want to join, it's the House of Risen.
Yep, House of Risen. Again,
Risen.
if you were interested in joining, please email us at tradingbrains@gmail.com, tradingbrainspodcast@gmail.com, and we can add you to the clan if you just hand us your BNet. If you're interested in playing with us, we generally play on the weekends, PvE, PvP, either one. Yeah, I want to also cover. There's still some more updates. Like we definitely have a lot more to talk about
Yeah.
here, but
I just more just
more
throwing
like
out that we have a clan.
an insert. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Insert
we'd love to play with listeners. That would be awesome.
And then what other update do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so we were just talking about mods with the Gunsmith and 801. So Gunsmith Reputation is actually changing. They're getting a new reputation system that's kind of like Zavala or Shax or Saint 14. They're even changing as well to kind of work the same. So they're removing gunsmith materials and weapon telemetries. And these materials are basically what you hand into the gunsmith to get a drop. You get like a random legendary weapon. Instead of handing in these materials, now we earn a reputation rank with the gunsmith by dismantling legendary and exotic weapons and armor, or by completing daily gunsmith bounties. So if you have now like a bunch of legendaries or exotics that you are planning on deleting, but you don't really need to because you don't need legendary shards or you don't need XYZ currency, then you could actually wait until the Witch Queen drops and then delete them to get reputation rank with the gunsmith, and you'll have more of a chance of getting weapons for the new expansion.
What about the so the weapon parts that you're just talking about? That can be transferred to reputations as well, because I feel like I have a lot of that.
Gunsmith materials and weapon telemetries are not going to be available. So when Witch Queen drops, if you have any in your inventory, they're going to be removed, deleted, and they won't be used for anything
At all.
at
So
all.
then
So you have to go. Basically, this is me
literally-
telling you, yeah, go to the gunsmith now or anytime before the Witch Queen. Spend all of your gunsmith materials and weapon telemetries if you have the time, or if you don't feel like it, whatever. But yeah, definitely do that because you'll get free weapons, and you could have a god roll, and if not, you'd have a weapon to delete once Witch Queen drops, and then you can get random weapons from ranking up the gunsmith. Yeah.
Let's see. So like, trying to think now. Now, new raid. There has to be a new raid because every season comes out with a new raid. What are they going to keep Bog and the other ones?
I mean, as far as the TWABs they've talked about thus far, they haven't discussed removing any raids. So I would think that they would stay. The only things that are going are Tangled Shore, at least from what I know, and the Presage mission for DMT. But DMT and Hawkmoon, yeah, those are getting removed, but they're also making DMT and Hawkmoon random rolls available for sale at Zer on the weekends.
Yeah, and they are in order to purchase anytime. It's one extended shard, exotic cipher, 125,000 glimmer, and 200 legendary shards.
Yeah, it's a pretty penny. It's quite expensive.
It's a pretty penny, and don't get me wrong, I do like the DMT, and Hawkmoon's actually really nice too, especially getting the catalyst going. The DMT is like your Winchester kind of scout rifle, and I feel like that's
Angelo, have you
to
used
play with
DMT in PvP?
PvP, yes, and that's
Okay.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like it more in PvE, but PvP is fun. Using that, just like kind of messing around.
Yeah.
I kind of like been using like Darkest before, which is a pulse rifle that you could get from the dungeon. That's why.
Yeah, it's a good gun.
The other two guns I haven't got yet, which hopefully that we could get, is the Outbreak Perfected and the Whisper of the Worm.
So you don't have those guns at all?
Yeah. No, not at all.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we could talk about those. The guns themselves, I'm not sure if they're reintroducing how you can get them, but I know that they're changing how you get the catalyst, so how you unlock the catalyst for those weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be available from regular playlist activities. So if you're doing Gambit
Mm-hmm.
or Crucible or Strikes, so you'll be able to get the catalyst for Hawkmoon, Dead Man's Tale, Add Your Scepter, Outbreak Perfected, Whisper of the Worm, and the Fourth Horseman, which is pretty awesome because right now there was no way to get the catalyst for Outbreak Perfected or Whisper of the Worm or Fourth Horseman. And I think rocket launchers are going to be meta next season, but I feel like we are going to see a resurgence of sniper rifles being really powerful in like boss encounters. And Whisper
Oh,
of the
I
Worm
really
is a
hope so.
great sniper rifle. So, for that, for boss
Yeah.
damage.
I still think the best sniper for boss damage is Icebreaker.
Yeah, I think I remember the Black Spindle
Yeah.
was really really good because it was a legendary version of Whisper of the Worm.
Yeah.
So it was better than that. But
I don't know, I just like having like I think the nostalgia of the Icebreaker was actually phenomenal to have, especially versus against the Templar having that and the
yeah,
reload
I remember. I
and,
remember.
and having the constant reload of ammo coming in with the
Yep.
Icebreaker.
Yep.
That was nice, especially when you had the special ammo, which is like the energy second weapon, and that sometimes like you can't find ammo, and that was the way they
Just
did it in
pop
the sense that it was
yeah.
pop special ammo
Synthesizer,
sets.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, all right. But now they have the raid banners, which also that was a nice perk to
yeah.
add that
I
in.
think that was a good introduction. I forget when they added that though. I think I wasn't playing at the time when they added
No,
it.
I think it was added before Beyond Light.
Okay.
Um, and it was a good add-on that they did because at first it was like, okay, how can I get that? It's like, okay, every boss, that you're going to be soon enough, right before you start entering boss, you could pop one,
Yeah.
and it gives you full super, heavy, and special all reloaded back into your. So it was always nice to have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, Another thing with regards to like stuff in the tower, Master Rahul is going to be doing Spider's work. So if you were going to Spider to get like materials or exchange for different items, let's say you could exchange planetary materials for legendary shards or Glimmer or something like that. Now it's going to be Master Rahul, the Cryptarch in the tower,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to do that. Spider is no longer going to be there because they're getting rid of Tangled Shore. And also Banshee, the gunsmith, and 801 used to sell Enhancement Prism and Ascendant Shards, but now Rahul is going to be taking care of all this.
Now he's actually becoming master.
Yeah, exactly. He's just going to be a jack of all trades, kind of like does everything for material exchange, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can actually decrypt Umbral Engrams at Master Rahul. So we don't have to like go to the helm if we don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to focus the umbrals, you have to go to the helm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice little update there because like I always like hated like okay we have to go to the Tangled Shores, then you have to go to the helm, then you have to go to the tower.
Yep. Yeah.
They kind of
And
did take
for
that.
us poor boys who still have PS4s, it takes like 10, 15 minutes just to hand in, engrams and pick up some materials. So
Still trying to wait for the PS5.
yeah,
One day.
I have some likely news that I think I'll get it next week or the week after that. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you all updated. You too, Angela. I'll let you know.
Oh, hopeful wishing right now.
Hopeful wishing. Yeah, hopeful wishing. All right.
But
Are
yeah,
there any
so like
other
going.
updates? I know the raid, like
No,
that they announced that there is gonna be a raid.
yeah,
It's coming
it's
out on
just they
March
haven't
5th,
dropped
but
it.
they haven't
Yeah,
talked about they haven't talked about
there's no leaks yet.
yeah.
If we find one and we want to do an episode on it, we will let you guys know. If not, keep us as posted. Let us know if you want anything to talk about one joining to our clan,
Mhm.
to any Destiny content that we miss and you want us to talk about, as well as any other content. Please contact us at trainingbrainspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right. Please join our clan. We love having new people, and it's a fun game, and it's even more fun with friends. So we look forward to seeing you there. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Peace out, guys.